Hi, everyone. Welcome to our first ever Creatress event, Creatress Amplified. My name is Juliette Jones, and I am the founder of Creatress, a platform dedicated to providing visibility for gender minority creatives in Canada. We thank you for joining us this evening in supporting these incredible artists, and we thank the artists themselves for sharing their talents with us.
Hi, everyone. My name is Emma Burke-Kleinman, and I am the Marketing and Production Manager of Creatress. We are so grateful to all of you who have tuned in to experience what the creators and performers have with their time, creativity, and generosity created to share with you this evening.
This evening, you will experience spoken word, music, movement, harmony, song, and storytelling from the viewpoints of several different BIPOC artists, and we are very grateful that you have taken the time to join us in supporting their voices. Before we begin, we would like to acknowledge that the land we present and perform upon this evening is the traditional territory of countless Indigenous communities from all across Canada, recorded and unrecorded. It is our privilege to be able to create art and share stories on the land that we stand upon today, known as Turtle Island, and must recognize the years of oppression, assimilation, and systemic racism that still exists within our country and the arts industry today. As Canadians, it is our duty to educate ourselves on the true history of our country and unlearn the biases and racial prejudices that have been taught to us since birth in order to create a future in the arts that is truly equal. As we are all tuning in from different parts of this country, we invite you to learn more about the specific land you are upon through native-land.ca. This website is available to you in the live stream chat, and you can go check that out. We ask that you please bear with us if any technical difficulties do arrive during the performance. Streaming platforms are more difficult to navigate than they seem. We hope that no issues arise, but who knows for certain if they will. Without further ado, let's start the show. Our first Creatress member to perform tonight is Olivia Short, they, she, Anishinaabe, Nipissing First Nation. Olivia Short is a Toronto-based multidisciplinary performing artist. They're a saxophonist, vocalist, noisemaker, improviser, composer, sound designer, curator, and producer. Olivia Short will be presenting a silly song or two involving loop pedals and voice. Overall, just a chaotic, artsy, beautiful mess about the end of humanity and what it means to think about the climate crisis from an Indigenous lens. Please welcome into your homes, Olivia Short.
Hi, Olivia Short, Indigenous. Thank you so much, everyone, for having me here. If you are free tonight at 9 o'clock, I am doing a show featuring some of the puppets that you see in front of you. I'm very much a new puppeteer, so these are some of my first creations from our show, is Creatress, which talks about not only the climate crisis, but also the fact that Indigenous people all over Turtle Island, but also everywhere all over the world, are the mainland and water protectors, and we should build this community for them. So it's a bit of a poke at the end of humanity and making light of a really serious subject. It's only 30 minutes and it's free. It's presented by Up in the Air Theater. So yeah, I'm gonna present some improvised songs for you. Probably just one, maybe two. We'll see. Give me what? that was my offering for all of you tonight. Thank you so much. If you want to follow me or know more about me, you can check me out. I have a website. It's www.radio-short.com, and that's with two T's. And also, I'm on Instagram. I'm just Radio Short, but without the second O. It's an underscore. And my Twitter is the same. And then on Facebook, this is Radio Short. If you forget all of that, it's also on all the social media for Creatress. But also it's on my website, so just go to my website and you can find everything you need to know about me there. Thank you so much. Keep watch everyone, and have a lovely night. And we'll see you on the flip side.
Thank you, Olivia. Our next Creatress member to perform tonight is Lindsay Britton, she, her. Lindsay Britton is a choreographer, performer, and instructor originally from Vancouver, BC. She has worked with many local theaters and studios, predominantly with a musical theater focus. She recognizes how important it is for students to see strong BIPOC women in positions of leadership and aims to continue amplifying their young yet incredible voices. Before we share with you this piece entitled Louder Than Words, we invite Lindsay and her dancers to come on and talk a bit about the process and introduce themselves. Please welcome Lindsay and company.
Hello. Hi, everyone. I just want to start by saying thank you to Juliet and Emma for having this amazing platform and this opportunity tonight. My name is Lindsay. I am the choreographer of this piece. These are our beautiful dancers. McKenna couldn't be here today, but I just wanted you to have a quick moment to see our faces and do a little intro before you saw the piece. So Rohan, if there's anything you'd like to add, over to you.
Sure. Hi, my name is Rohan Duper. I use he, him pronouns, and I'm a dance and theater artist. I'm based in Mississauga. I graduated from Sheridan just over a year ago, and I work currently as a contemporary dancer and musical theater performer. And I'm a second generation Canadian with a South Asian background, and as such, I am grateful to be here to contribute to amplifying the BIPOC, female and gender diverse voices that Creatress is featuring tonight. So thank you to Lindsay for having me involved in your piece. It's exciting.
Of course. And Shaq?
I am Shaquille Rollock. I am a Toronto-based dance artist, movement person. I graduate from Toronto Dance Theatre, and since then have, you name it, if it's movement, I've clung to it and loved it. So I want to say thank you to Lindsay for giving me the opportunity to express myself during a time of isolation, and also thank you to this organization for amplifying voices and giving us a place to just share art, which is so important right now.
Of course. Wonderful. You both are wonderful. You've already heard my bio, so I don't need to say it again. I just want to talk about the process. It was really great. We were kind of thrown into this. We created this piece in a week, which was awesome as a choreographer because it didn't give me too much time to overthink what I wanted to do. I still did overthink a little bit, but that's fine. I want to thank Shaq, Rohan, and McKenna. They brought the piece to life. It's weird doing, pieces over technology, but I think we did a pretty good job. And it was cool to see their artistry shine through in the movement. I just want to talk about the song a bit. It's a song from Tick Tick Boom. It's called Louder Than Words. And I was trying to find what my inspiration was for this piece. I was watching 13th, and when they were talking about mass incarceration, a gentleman said, people aren't meant to be in a cage, which led me to a lyric in the song that is, cages or wings, which you prefer, ask the birds. So I decided to listen to the song to see if it worked with what I was going for. And I encourage you to listen to the lyrics because I think they do really relate. And this is just our loving call to keep going right now. So all of us, you can find us on Instagram. Those are names below. That is most of our handles, or you'll find us. And yeah, I think that's all. Let's watch the video.
Why should we try to be our best when we can just get by and still gain? Why do we nod our heads, although we know the boss is wrong as rain? Why should we blaze a trail when the well-worn path seems safe and so inviting?
How, as we travel, can we see the dismay and keep from fighting?
Cages or wings, which do you prefer? Ask the birds. Hear our love, baby, don't say the answer. Actions speak louder than words. What does it take to wake up a generation? How can you make someone take off and fly? If we don't wake up and shake up the nation, we'll eat the dust of the world, wondering
Why do we stay with lovers who we know down deep just aren't right?
why would we rather put ourselves through hell than sleep alone at night? Why do we follow leaders who never lead? Why does it take catastrophe to start a revolution if we're so free? Tell me why. Someone tell me why so many people bleed. Cages or wings, which do you prefer? Ask the birds. Fear or love, baby, don't say the answer. Actions speak louder than cages or wings, which do you prefer? Ask the birds. Fear or love, baby, don't say the answer. Actions speak louder. They speak louder. Actions speak louder than.
Performers are Michelle Yu, she, her, and Zoe O'Connor, she, her. Michelle Yu is a first-generation Hong Kong Canadian. She was raised in Scarborough, Ontario, and is currently a third-year student at Sheridan's Honours Bachelor of Music Theatre Performance program. Michelle is passionate about decolonizing the stories that we tell and is grateful for the BIPOC theatre community to continue growing, listening, and learning alongside powerful voices. Zoe O'Connor is a proud Bermudian-Canadian performer. Raised in Bermuda, she moved to Ontario to study Sheridan's Music Theatre Performance program and is currently in her third year. Zoe believes that art is a way to break barriers, challenge the normal, and convey thought-provoking messages that leave a long-lasting impact. She is thankful for the BIPOC theatre community for always inciting change and providing a platform for her to listen and grow as a performer and as a person. With their piece entitled Always, they believe the world needs artists now more than ever, and they are grateful for the opportunity to consume art and share some music in a small light in these dark times. Please welcome into your homes, Michelle Yu and Zoe O'Connor.
Hi. So Zoe and I just gathered our thoughts. We want to share a few words before we sing 2 songs for you today. So I'm Michelle Yu.
And I'm Zoe O'Connor. And we're both currently going into our third year at Sheridan in the Music Theatre program. And as we grow with our voices as 2 female BIPOC artists,
our dream moving forward is that we enter an industry that finally allows representation on stages, but this time color-conscious castings allows BIPOC actors to feel seen for their whole beings rather than tokenized.
All of us who showed up today must all hold ourselves accountable in creating lifelong change. We must show up and create space for Black, Indigenous, and people of color voices and stories.
Believe them when they have the courage to share their truth and amplify these experiences that have been silenced for so long. Allyship is not a trend, it's a commitment you choose to make always.
There's a heaven out there, and it waits just for you to close your eyes and dream. And there will be a world you once knew, a world without the pain that has stuck with you for far too long. A world that does contain a love like mine, to watch you grow strong. For when the time arrives, please wait and make a place for me. For when I do arrive, let there be other faces like me. So we have one more song before we go. Because we're musical theater students, we had to.
You all know the song, and we just wanted to create some music to help express how we feel right now in our current day, and this song just sums it right up.
Wait for me, I'm coming. Wait, I'm coming with you. Wait, I'm coming too. I'm coming. Show the way so we can see. Show the way the world could be. If you can do it, so can she. If she can do it, so can we. Show the way the world could be. Show the way so we believe. We will follow where you lead. We will follow with you. Show the way. Show the way. Show the way. Oh, show the way. Show the way. Oh, wait for me. I'm coming. Wait, I'm coming with you. Wait for me. I'm coming too. I'm coming too. During a speech at Tuskegee University, Michelle Obama once said, "The road ahead is not going to be easy. It never is, especially for folks like you and me. But while we've come so far, the truth is that those age-old problems are stubborn, and they haven't fully gone away."
So there will be times when you feel folks look right past you, or they see just a fraction of who you really are. Zoe and I never could have predicted that halfway through our training, the change that we've been looking for could be waiting for us on the other side.
Wait for me, I'm coming. Wait, I'm coming with you. Wait, I'm coming. Wait for me, I'm coming. I'm coming. Thank you.
Thank you, Michelle and Zoe. That was beautiful. Our next member to perform is Jennifer Alicia. She, her, they, them. Jennifer Alicia is a queer, mixed Mi'kmaq settler, storyteller originally from Takmakuk, Newfoundland, now residing in Toronto. She is a two-time National Poetry Slam champion with the Toronto Poetry Slam team and member of Seeds and Stardust, an Indigenous women's poetry collective. With her piece entitled Breaking Cycles, this is a collection of short poems honoring the matriarchs in Jennifer's lineage. Please welcome into your home, Jennifer Alicia.
Hi, everyone. As mentioned, my name is Jennifer Alicia. Before I get started, I just thought that I would just share how I'm feeling. I'm feeling very heavy at the moment. There's a lot going on in the world. I've been thinking a lot about Indigenous sovereignty and Black liberation and land back. And if you're not aware, there's actually a group called Afro-Indigenous Rising who are occupying Nathan Phillips Square at the moment. They've been there since the Juneteenth event. And basically they're advocating for the defunding of the police. And there is a motion going forward on Monday to City Hall to defund the police. So I just wanted to make sure that folks are aware. If you're around, they're always wanting bodies to show up to Nathan Phillips Square. They're there 24/7. If you have any camping gear or supplies to donate, please drop it off there. If you have any money, there's a fund you can donate to. And I just thought I would share that since I have this platform before I got on to sharing some of my work. So that's where I'm at. I'm going to share 3 short poems. And as mentioned, they're based on just thinking about the matriarchs in my family. And this first one is called Ancestors' Wildest Dreams. How many times have we been told that we are our ancestors' wildest dreams? A matriarchal manifestation of ancestral prayers prayed into existence. Sometimes it can feel a lot like survivor's guilt. Like you are the child of an entire ocean you have never been able to swim in, choking on your grandmother's mother tongue, swallowing songs of blood memory, eternal grieving for a lineage you have longed to call home, but to claim a home can be harrowing for a grandchild of mixed ancestry. To exist is to embody all of their love and rage, uncertain of how to translate. My maternal great-grandmother visited me recently, shared a story full of strife and regret, a praised acknowledgement for being the first in our family to reclaim ceremony, but not enough, insufficient for her sacrifice. Sitting in sorrow does not equate in honoring. A spiritual journey I've been reluctant to conjure, ashamed for all the times I said I was too busy. Maybe next time. I'll keep in touch. The privilege of choice for traditions that were once prohibited and punishable, the audacity of us, new ancestors, us, the children of survivance. To be successor of legacy is to also be inheritor of intergenerational trauma. The expectation that you will be the one to break generational curses. Granny, I will not allow my grief to drown me on our ancestral rocky beaches. Sometimes, being your ancestors' wildest dreams looks a lot like forgiveness. Second one's called Remedy. Breaking cycles looks a lot like gentle affirmation into my grandmother's ear, reassuring her through her own parental guilt. How comforting her somehow mends my relationship with my mother, her daughter, like a wound beginning to scab. Reclamation of a lineage that is my birthright. Finally, we can say no and not be afraid. Repairing a bloodline, honoring the matriarchs, the ones who raised us well and not so well. Breaking cycles looks a lot like trembling because her tone's ambiance is your 14-year-old bedroom. How the battle to stop the eruption of a darkness that sits on the tip of your tongue is getting harder to swallow, but you say sorry. I love you. A foreign vocabulary. I can no longer pretend that I don't know any different. Our origin story, one of wreckage and broken, a refusal that this is our legacy. Breaking cycles looks a lot like intense sorrow, a gravitational force pushing on your shoulders, a child mourning a loss of an entire ocean they have never been able to swim in. Boundaries can feel a lot like grieving, a refusal to accept a storyline birthed generations ago as destiny, a do-over, a second chance. Every time I tell my grandmother I love you, every time our joy bursts from our bellies and our love fills the entire room, the hollow in our family tree continues to heal, repairing generations of shame and injury. Wandering the world with open wounds stops at me. And this last one's really short. Matriarchs visit dream world, whispering wounds of our family tree, tracing fingers along bloodline bark crevices, spilling secrets into hollow's abyss, becoming fertilizer for my roots, breaking cycles. And that's all the poetry I have for you today. If you're interested in my work and finding out, what I'm up to, as mentioned, I have a website, jenniferalicia.com. I'm also on Instagram at East Coast Jam. You're more than welcome to follow me, and I'll follow you back. Thank you so much for having me, and thank you to Emma and Juliet and all the folks who are a part of this amazing event tonight. Thanks.
Thank you, Jennifer, for your work, and thank you for directing us and informing us on how we can continue to support this movement. Our next Creatress member to perform tonight is Haley Lewis, she, her. Haley has been dancing from the age of 3 at Burlington Dance Company, where she trained in various styles both recreationally and competitively. She is also a graduate of the Music Theater BA program at Sheridan College, where she was a 2-time Triple Threat Award recipient. She has taught at her home studio for the last 9 years, is a dance tutor at Sheridan College, and is currently in the process of getting her teacher certification with Army of Sass Heels and Zumba. Haley feels that teaching is truly a selfless act and is her way to give back, inspire, and spread love and light. With her piece entitled Beethoven, please welcome Haley into your homes.
Hello, world. I hope everybody can hear me okay. I just want to start by saying thank you to Emma and Juliet for having me be a part of this event and also being a part of the, I don't even know where to look, if I should look here. Anyways, being a part of the Creatress roster, which I just think is an amazing platform. So I just want to thank you for that. I just want to talk a little bit about why I chose to do this piece. When asked to be a part of this event, it was to choreograph something right now. And I just wasn't in a headspace to create something right now. And so sometimes when you're feeling low and you're feeling down, you have to pull on things that are going to uplift you and make you feel good. So I found this piece that I created at my time at Sheridan, and when I watched it, I was like, yes, it just made me feel hyped and powerful and strong. And I encourage everybody right now who's maybe feeling fearful of sharing something or posting something or saying something, don't be fearful, because you have to fight, yes. You have to be aware, but you also have to take care of yourselves. I'm a firm believer of taking care of yourself, because then you can go and conquer the world. So you know what you got to do to take care of yourself. Yes, continue to fight. I have no choice but to fight, but we have to continue to find moments of joy and to share something that might be so scary to share, but you never know who you can inspire and uplift with you taking that courageous step. So I hope that you enjoyed this piece that I created so long ago. That's been so amazing to revisit and see so many amazing talented dancers in that video. And again, thank you for having me be a part of this. Take care of yourselves, people. Please, please, please. Much love. Mwah.
Thank you so much, Haley. The piece is beautiful. Our next Creatress member is Jermaine Kanji, she, her. Jermaine is a proud Kenyan-Canadian actor, singer, writer, director, and mover. Her artistry is rooted in her culture. Storytelling for her is not a profession, but a way of life. As a lover of words, Jermaine is passionate about adding to the canon of female voices of the African diaspora. Jermaine is a 2020 graduate of Sheridan's Music Theater Performance Program. She is a co-founder of the And Stage Company, a not-for-profit creating theater opportunities for artists that identify as women. As an emerging writer, her most notable credit is Burning House, Smoking Gun, the And Stage Company. With her piece entitled An Unraveling, a Mystery, an Awakening, Jermaine presents to us a collection of spoken word written during a time when all a Black girl can do is come undone, ask a million questions, and hope somebody on the living side of the grave can hear her too. Please welcome into your home, Jermaine Kanji.
I was born by the river in a little tent. Oh, and just like that river, I've been running ever since. It's been a long time coming, but I know change gon' come. Yes, it will. It's been too hard living, but I'm afraid to die, 'cause I don't know what's up there beyond the sky. It's been a long time coming, but I know change gon' come. First, the unraveling. Coming undone to get the light
out of the cracks of me it had seeped into, shedding skins until I can touch the raw, beating heart I handed you, taking it back, pulling on every loose thread until I am nothing but a golden straight line curving at the corners of every beautiful thing sent to me. This will be the hardest art I ever make. On days when coming apart costs more than holding it together, when I don't know how to name my own sadness and I'm missing a levity that was never mine, I would like to feel light enough to float. I would like to be light enough to float, but this darkness comes with density. Out of fear of being swallowed by it, I Google how to pretend you are not watching your own genocide, and they suggest play some good music. So I put on Lizzo and spit her lyrics faster than the bullet currently making its way to me, but the song keeps being interrupted by eulogies, and I try bathing in candlelight, but it becomes a vigil for someone out there who is me in another body. So I close my eyes and try to become another body. I breathe bigger. I become more sky than girl, and I stay dark and breathing, black and breathing, so black. I am now the backdrop of the evening stars, and I touch them all, and I give them their right names, and I am denser than I've ever been, but still I rise beyond the Earth's atmosphere in search of darker planets, and I am black and breathing and black and breathing and black and breathing and black and breathing, and I become a black hole with enough pull to devour everything in this known universe and leave nothing but the dark. And just as I gather the strength for this final inhale, my phone erupts with messages from light people who I love, who are just now waking up. People hoping a message to me will absolve them of their guilt, that I will give them their penance. They'll say a Hail Mary, or tweet Black Lives Matter, or post a black square, and they will be forgiven and return to the light and only fight for me when I'm dead. Maybe. Then I open my eyes, and I am right back where I started. Just a dark, grieving woman with nothing to say, but everything to feel and still more to do. And someone somewhere said it's about the journey, but I wonder how far they were traveling and how badly they needed to get there. I doubt they had a heavy skin casing for a butterfly heart and lungs filled with borrowed air, living on borrowed time. I doubt they were a stain in somebody else's daydream on nights like these. I don't know how to soothe my own pieces anymore. I know it's easier to harden than to break, but it's harder to be all of me with a heart this loud when every pump it makes sounds like striving, and I know I will have to be brave again in the morning. But maybe just for tonight, I'll let myself be soft. Maybe tonight I will peel apart the danger from this skin and just be supple and naked and afraid, and let you see me that way too. Because the truth is, I don't recognize myself while trembling. And I have been looking for mirrors in other people every day, because on this side of the looking glass, the ones I see like me are always in white, dressed like angels or body bags while they are still breathing, and I'm breathing with them, and together we join hands and belly laugh in our graves, make dance partners of ancestors' bones while we wait to be buried, because there are too many bodies for each of us to have our own resting place. And they say this city is a city, not a graveyard. And that's how I know we are not looking in the same mirror. You see a sidewalk, I see a memorial, you see a hashtag, I see my father, you see a movement, I hear my heartbeat, and it is strong but tired. So I close my eyes and try to remember anything but the sound I make when I'm grieving, but it's too late. The silence is already here. The silence has already made a home of this city, and there is not enough room for the both of us, so I keep looking. I keep looking for other mirrors, and when I do not find them, I scream, but all you hear is the softest sound. Then I try to be louder, but there is a siren in the distance, and you are too distracted by its music swaying in the red and blue light. So I return to my hole in the ground, and now I am in my grave, and my mother is there, and she is my favorite city, and we run our hands through the good, wet earth, and it looks like us, and I think that means something. And she holds me in her velvet caress and tries to soothe my burning question. Maybe it's open season, she says, and she reminds me of our strength before. In the spring, we did our pre-war rituals, dreamt during the day with eyes closed, making our own night on our own authority. We started fires and thought ourselves enough to hold the weight of thunder in our mouths. We were gods, clothed in righteous moonlit wonder. And after all this, we're ready now, she tells me, to fight for what we would like to touch, to say out loud that it is our time now, to step into everything we have always been without waiting for permission. Open season is high season for the hunter, and we are nobody's prey. Thank you for listening. Hi, my name is Jermaine. I'm really grateful for the opportunity to be here today and to be heard. I just want to say this is such a pivotal moment in history, I think. To any BIPOC watching this right now, I want to say to you that every day you're still breathing is a revolution. So whatever you need to do to keep yourself healthy and well, please prioritize your own wellness. I want to say to the rest of us that the revolution has started, but it's not over. For a little more info about me, right now I'm working with a collective of racialized and non-racialized youth that are working together to bring about institutional change through community-based education reform. I'm really excited about this work as our institutions, the places that our children learn, they need to change. Yes, so for more information in the future on this cause and to figure out how to support us once we formally launch and announce, you can follow me on Instagram. That's where I'll be posting all the info. That's at jermaine.k. And yeah, I thank you for the platform. I thank you for listening, and I send love and light to you all.
Thank you, Jermaine. This concludes our first ever Creatress event. Thank you all for joining us this evening in supporting these incredibly talented and powerful BIPOC artists. As Jermaine said, if you would like to know more about her or more about any of the artists that you heard tonight, you can check them out on Instagram, and many of them are also available on our Creatress directory. If you would like to know more about Creatress, you can visit creatress.ca to learn more about how you can be involved in the movement and to join. As this live stream comes to a close, we will be showing our list of Black Lives Matter resources. You can find the full list of resources in our bio on Instagram, on our Facebook page, and at the link posted in the live chat here on the stream. Once again, thank you for joining us this evening. Please stay safe and stay healthy.